All right, we're going to wait just a few minutes for some people to actually get on the live feed. So it'll be just a minute. Let me make sure my link posted. Okay. Might just take just a second. I'm trying to get everyone on. Okay, so I have one person that says yes, and I have 6 viewers. Okay, so we're having some more viewers come on. I was just making sure the link went through. It might take a second for a few people to refresh their feed as well. Just a little bit about me. I'm just a unique presenter and at an elite level, and I have a fabulous team under me, and we're all here to kind of chip in and teach all of you how to contour and highlight. My very first and one of my most favorite products is our Glorious Primer. So this is going to make your makeup stay on literally like all day long. And a little bit goes a really long way. See that? That is going to be enough for my whole face. And this is such a silky smooth. It's not like any other primer you've ever had on your face before. I don't know what it is that makes it so different, but I love it. And I make sure I get it on my eye because it's going to make it stick a lot. Okay? So you just put the Glorious Primer all over. And if you have not tried our Glorious Primer, see if your presenter can give you a sample of it because it's pretty darn amazing. It's one of those things you got to try before you buy. I like it. And we do have a love it guarantee, so if you do buy it and you don't love it, you can turn it back in and get your money back. I'm using our BB cream. I am using Honey, and I'm just going to use this as kind of a base. It's kind of a darker color because I'm tan for the summer, but I'm just going to start where it is a little bit darker on my face, is like my sunspots, and then just spread out from there. My cat is right behind here. He might make an appearance. And I need to go get my other mirror so that I don't have to do this into the computer because it makes it a little bit hard. And he's probably going to knock something off. Get it on. I'm not a fan of my cat. Okay, so that's what I have for that. My next step is to go to use my BB cream, the cream color, okay? And this is just going to highlight my areas. And with my face shape, I'm going to highlight under my eyes, on top of my nose, and a little bit on my chin, and then a little bit right here because I don't have very defined cheekbones. I've always wanted dimples, but I don't have them. So you just take and you put, you're going to look really, really weird. Everybody tells me I look really weird when I do this. And you really highlight all of this area. I'll try to do this faster so you don't have to stare at me for so long. It's hard to do it looking in the computer. I need to go grab my little hand mirror. And then go down your forehead. And I wear my hair up a lot, so I'm going to highlight here in the middle, but then I'm going to contour around the other part. And then I'm going to do a little bit right here at my line to make those lines not look as bright. And then I'm going to do right here. And I'm going to be right back. I'm going to grab a mirror. Okay, back. Sorry, I had to grab my hand mirror. It makes this all a little bit easier. And when you put your cream on, it makes it a little bit easier when I look into here. You will kind of make sure it's all in, and you're going to see some well-defined lines, and that's okay because we're going to smooth it all out. The next thing I like to do is I grab a really light powder, and this is called Fresh. And I'm going to take Fresh, and I'm going to put it right on along all that white. This is our lightest shade of powder, and I'm just going to put it all where I put the BB cream. And I like to kind of cake it under my eye so that if I get any fallout from my eyeshadows, it's going to catch it and come off pretty easily without smearing into my makeup and messing it all up. So I like to put lots here. And you're going to look really, really funny, but it all works out, trust me. Hope I didn't forget anything else. I'm trying to do this fast for you guys. Right here. And then I'm also going to take a little bit, which I forgot, and I'm going to put it, I like to do a little streak, kind of like right here from my lower ear. Okay. And then you just kind of smear that in a little bit. And I'm just going to put just a little bit of powder over that. I use a smaller powder brush. It's actually for your eyes, but I use it because it's usually small areas. Right here. I'm just putting that lighter powder over. So that's kind of how you look, how you highlight. You want to highlight your bigger areas that you want to stand out, and that's usually your lighter colors. You can contour with BB cream, a darker BB cream, but since it's summertime, I am a little bit more oily skin, so I'm choosing to use a powder to contour, just straight powder. And this is Fierce, so what you do with this is I'm just using a plain brush, a blush brush actually, and you're going to go from your ear, top of your ear to your mouth, underneath your cheekbone, and you just kind of get it in and you press it in. I usually start in the back, so the darkest is in the back, and just come forward. And you want to make sure it's darker than what you really want. You can always make it lighter. So just make it really dark. See, like, look how thin my face already looks. I know that's really dramatic, but I do the sides of my nose, and I take my brush and I pinch it like this. And I just go along the side of my nose, and it's going to make my nose look thinner. And my eyeshadows I picked out for today are going to be fall colors. So hopefully you guys will enjoy those. And I'm going to do the tips of my forehead all the way across the top. Because, like I said, I wear my hair up a lot. And so that's why I'm doing that. And then I'm just going to go down here, and I'm going to do my jawline. This is going to help diminish my double chin. And get it right here and make it a little bit darker than normal. Okay? So that's a little bit of how you contour. So I look really, really, really crazy right now, which is okay because it's all going to work out. We do have an amazing, amazing brush, a facial brush. This powder puff brush feels amazing on your skin. I do want to share with you, this is the powder I'm going to use to blend with. This is our Mineral Touch. It's not that I like our Mineral Touch any better than I like our loose powders. It's just that this color matches my summer color. So, you know, in the winter I actually use a different, I just use the powder. The mineral, this is mineral as well, but the mineral loose powder. So I'm going to take, and I just grab just a little bit of this and here. Now I always start on the darkest part because this is really important when you're blending. Start with the darkest part and work to your lighter part, okay? And just kind of blend it all in around that light area. And make sure you get right here so that doesn't. See how much different it already looks? I still got to blend a little bit right in here, but once you get the hang of blending, it doesn't look so crazy. And it always looks really good once you have your eyeshadows on as well. So I grabbed a little bit more powder, and I'm just blending. I'll try to do it kind of fast. But it's amazing how it will just bring out your facial features. And go down your neck. You don't have any makeup on. Make sure you get behind your ears. You don't want any. Okay, so there I have blended, and our next step is to add some blush. I think my blush is going to last me 3 years. I've had it since November, and I have 8, I mean, you can see how much I still have. It's so pigmented, it's mineral, and so literally a tiny bit is going to go a really long way. I always start in the back, and you want to go actually on your cheekbone and bring it forward. Okay? You saw how much I put on my brush, and there's enough to do both sides of my cheek. And I always like to put a little bit more rosy right here on the side. So you can even just see how much just adding the blush makes a huge difference. Now back onto our eyes. This is like my favorite part because doing the eyes is huge. The first color that we're going to use is going to be color, it's called Sexy. It's a very cream color. It's a very, very creamy color. I'm going to use it as my base. And I like to put my base on wet. So I'm going to put a little bit of rose water. You can use regular water, but once you use rose water, you'll never use regular water again. I really don't know what the difference is, but it's phenomenal. And so I added just a little bit. I'm going to make it into a little bit of a paste. And what's nice about our eyeshadows is they last for a very long time because, once again, they're minerals, so they will last a long time. A little bit goes a really long way. Our makeup is also naturally based, and we all love that. We're putting good things on our skin. So I'm adding just, and I always go a little bit right here into my crease in my eye, and so it'll just help highlight that as well. Okay, so I have just a creamy base on, and that's called Sexy. The next thing I'm going to do is a little bit of a color called Irresistible. I'm going to use our crease brush to show you. This color is just basically going to be used to be a filler so that when I blend, it will blend more into my natural color. And I'm going to go just above the brow bone on this one, so kind of right on it, as you can see. And this is just a matte brown, and it's called Irresistible. And that's all I do, is just go a little bit there. I'm going to do the same thing for the other eye. And I actually think I'm only going to try to do one eye for you guys, so I don't have to take forever. So then you can see the difference. Well, maybe I will. Who knows? I got to take an after picture for you guys. My next color is going to be one of my very, very favorites. It's called Confident. It is gorgeous. take it and kind of go underneath a little bit of the color I just put on. And I'm going to make a little V shape here. This is my contouring part of it, making it darker around the edges and on the crease. It's a very shimmery goldish color, and I love it. And most people love it as well that have tried it. So you can kind of see the goldish tint to that. I'm going to do this other eye really quick. And I'm using very little eyeshadows. I bought a Confident back last November, and this is one of my main colors. And because it's such a dark color, I just ran out. This is just a brand new one. I just opened it about a week ago. I'm going to add that dark color, and then I like to bring it down just whatever's left on my brush underneath my eye. To give it a little bit of color. So that's what I have so far. And then one of the new fall, well, it's not new, but one of my favorite fall colors, or we're MU fans, so I actually use this gold with black, our charcoal wrist color, so I have black and gold eyes. But everyone seems to like it. And then I'm just going to take this gold color and I'm going to pat it right in here. And I'm using our deluxe brush and just kind of going a little over halfway. And I'll put a little bit closer so you can actually see this color. It's really, really pretty. And I'm applying this semi-wet, so it's not like wet, wet, but it's a little bit. My brush was wet. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take our shader liner brush and I'm going to add a little bit more gold and I'm going to make it a little bit more dry on the top. So I'm just going to kind of, I do it wet because it tends to stick a little bit better. And then this will give it a little bit more color. Okay, hopefully you can see the gold just a little bit better. It's a really, 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 really pretty gold. It's a great fall color. I'm going to take my crease brush again, and I'm going to go just a little bit on the outer edges and mix in that gold just a little bit more. Make that V shape right there. Okay, so that will give you, now we have to blend it all together so you don't look like a hot mess. And I do that using our Sexy, back to the light color again, the very, very light color that I used to begin with. And I actually use our shader brush for this. And I do this with the pigment dry. And I start with it right here in the middle, or the inner eye, and I add a little bit more there. And I just bring it up and I just kind of blend this in so I don't have such a dark color right in here. And then I kind of blend in right here, bring that gold and brown more to the inner of my eye. Okay. So it looks a little bit better once it's all blended in. And then I'm going to do the same for this side. Blend those colors in. Okay, and a little trick that I do to make my eyes on the edge have a little bit more of a defined look, so you can kind of see how that is. I take a sponge and I just go straight up. I like more of the sharp finish, and I'll do the same thing on this because it kind of wipes the other part off. And that's how I do that. The next thing that I do is our new liner pencil. I use the white eyeliner and I line the bottom of my eye. This is going to make my eye look just a little bit bigger. And you just line the outer or the inner part of your eye. And it just really highlights that. As you can tell the difference in my two eyes. I should do one down and the other one out. Okay, then our next step is to do the liner. I like to mix the pigment, our black pigment, which is devious. I like to mix it with our rose water and a little bit of our primer. And it makes a really, really, really creamy, our primer is eyeliner. And I like to do that on the top. And I'll show you what I like to do on the top. So I do this one on the top. So I use the actual creamer because it just goes on so smooth. And so like I can get it in one stroke. And it's such a thin line. And so it works out great for me. But it's all a personal preference. Some people like to use the liner. And I do use the liner just underneath my eye though. And you're probably thinking, why do you use it underneath your eye? Well, I use it underneath my eye because it's not going to smudge. I got black all over my eye. Or my pinky finger. I'll just fix that. That's no big deal because I got BB cream that will fix that. I do use our black liner underneath my eyes because it doesn't smear at all. And I'll just take it, and it won't fall into my creases. So I take this, and I do this underneath my eye. Okay, so hopefully you can see my eyeliner and how creamy it looks, and then it underneath my eyes as well. And then the best part is our 3D mascara. So the way you do this is you put the transplanting gel on first, and it's a great mascara. And you want to make sure you make a really good coat. And your next step is you want to use the fibers, okay? You want to do this extremely lightly. Don't apply near as much of pressure as you do the transplanting gel, and you just want to lightly touch it. Those fibers will come off, trust me. And you lightly just touch it. And then you go with the transplanting gel again. To seal those fibers in. And that is one coat. And let's look at the difference in one coat. I do have an eyelash comb, which I don't think I brought it. Oh yeah, I did bring it in here. Here it is. That's my favorite. This sucker is metal teeth. It's awesome. And it's perfect for separating those lashes because, you know, we always all have bad lash days, or just like we have bad hair days. And you just apply that on there just like that. So I have one coat on this eye over here, and then I'll show you what it's like to add two coats. But I like to let mine kind of dry in between. So I'm just adding the transplanting gel. And the next step is to do the fibers. Once again, do extremely lightly. Don't apply as much pressure as you do the others. And then put the gel on again. And you'll have one coat. And while that's drying, I'm going to show you our lip liners. which are phenomenal. This color I'm going to use is more of a neutral color, and it's called Pouty. And I'm going to put it on my lips. And I like these because they glide on very well. And they're a great lip stain. This is just more of a neutral fall look. And then one of my favorite lip glosses. This is Luxe. I'm just going to put it on over to give a more natural look. And then, so there's what I have for my lip gloss. It's just a very, very neutral color. So now I'm going to go back in and I'm going to do another coat of the mascara so that you guys can see this. Maybe I can get a little bit closer. And if you use a hair dryer, it makes the process go a little bit faster. Of course, I didn't bring mine into this bathroom. So I'll just show you this. And you can make your lashes as big as you want or as little as you want. I'm just putting the fibers on very lightly. And then you're going to go in and put the gel again. So it goes gel, fiber, gel. And of course, you always have to use your eyelash comb. And I'm telling you, this eyelash and brow comb is worth every penny. Every penny. And so comb those suckers out. It's like having, I know all of you know what I'm talking about when I say you usually use needles to separate your lashes. No need for that because you've got this. So as you can tell, I have two coats on this eye over here, and I have one coat on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and do my last coat that I'm going to do this evening on this side. But if I'm going to have a crazy night out, I might have put another coat on. And then the last step is to put the gel again over. And I'm doing this very quickly to show you guys how fast you can do this. And I love it. So, just picking out those eyelashes again. Okay. I'm going to pick one out. Love, love, love the 3D mascara. Another cool tip is you can add in our brush. You can use our mattes as well. I'm going to use the same brown, the matte brown I used earlier, and I'm going to put it on my eyebrows just to finish the whole look off, to make them a little bit more defined. And we have our brow brush on the other end of this, and you just kind of brush up your eyebrows to make the line underneath. And so what I'm doing is making a line underneath. And get those suckers all, where did my brush go? There it is. Get them all combed out, brushed in, and get them filled in. And you can do that with our pigments. There's so many uses for our pigments. You can make them into lip glosses, eyeliners, you can put them in nail polish. You can just do a little bit of everything with them. So here I am completed my look. I could even add another layer of mascara if I wanted to, but that's what my eyes look like. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you liked the fall look. And we will determine our winner. I just wanted to let you guys know that we also offer sets for the contouring and highlighting. We have sets that could save you lots of money. You could even host a party this month and get a free mascara on top of your other rewards. So if you have a qualifying party, you can get a free set of mascara, $42 in free product, and two half price items. So you can even use those half price items on kits. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'm going to take an after picture so you can see what, maybe with a little bit better lighting, of what the before and after picture looks like using and contouring these unique products. Talk to y'all later.